I knew from a very young age that I wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to create something that was going to have a big impact on a lot of people's lives. And I knew I was probably going to go my own way and build a business that would let me use my natural talents. And I had a lot of drive and desire to make that happen. But as hard as I tried, there are those turning points in life that force you to stop and look around and realize I'm not getting anywhere. And I felt really stuck in that situation. I felt like I need to figure out a way to get out of this and get onto a better path to a place that I actually want to be. And if you're at a place like that in your life and you're looking around and you're thinking, this is really not where I want to be, I just want to give you some hope because I was there for a really long time, for many, many years. And when you stay in a place like that for too long, you lose your momentum, you lose your faith, and your dream will start to go dark. And that emptiness in your sense of purpose can bleed into other areas of your life. It can get into your self esteem, it can get into your relationships, and it can even get into your health. And I speak from direct experience when I say that because the drain of feeling like you're stuck in this place year after year will bring you to a breaking point and the lights will go out. And that definitely happened for me. And I had to stop and give myself some time to pop the hood and unpack things and start to understand my choices and understand my beliefs and understand why I was actually keeping myself stuck in that place. But the silver lining of it is that that place dictates your entire reality, all of the external factors in your life, your job, your relationship, your money, and oftentimes even your health. Those are all a direct result of your mental environment. But the saving grace is you have complete control to change that. And I want to share my experience in how I radically transformed my mental environment and shifted my attitude and my beliefs and my decisions and gave myself some hope again that I can get myself out of that stuck place. And that's because now I know what was getting in the way. And now I understand that I have complete agency to remove those obstacles so I can just go. And that was not easy. But in a way, I was lucky because I got forced out of that place. My body forced me out. And if you don't know, I had a pretty intense health crisis in 2018, and it was probably the lowest point of my life. And I just finished my MFA program at the Academy of Art. And I pushed myself really hard in that program, and I set a lot of really high expectations for myself. But I also had like zero confidence that I would ever be successful and zero plan on how to build a business. So there was a big internal conflict there. And that was a real serious handicap. Like, I remember once I was sitting in this critique, and the director of the photography program was all excited about this piece that I did. And she was like, Allie, this is going to be awesome. Like, I can see it. You're going to be shooting for this magazine, and you're going to be in the desert, and you're going to have a team, and you'll be such a badass. And I remember just looking at her and just thinking, dude, I'm going to be a PA working in a bar for like the next 5 years of my life. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll end up being like producer's assistant. And that was my attitude. Like, I really believed that. And it makes me so sad to think about that. And it shut down so many possibilities for me. So when I graduated and I moved to LA to like throw myself into the shark tank, I was unemployed. I was in a new city. I didn't have any community. I wasn't connected. And I didn't have any structure in my life. And I started having panic attacks nearly every night for several months. And I had severe adrenal fatigue. My hair was falling out. I couldn't think straight. I could barely sleep. And I ended up with a stage 3 cancer diagnosis. And that was a big fucking wake up call. And over the course of 6 months or so, I noticed that the more I allowed my anxiety and shame to overcome me, the sicker I got, the worse my symptoms got. And I had this shocking realization that, holy shit, my thoughts are making me sick. And my chronic anxiety is likely a root cause of all of my autoimmune conditions. And I realized, if my thoughts are powerful enough to make me sick, maybe they're powerful enough to help me heal. So I started researching. And I didn't have any insurance at the time. And honestly, thank God I didn't, because it meant that I couldn't just cover it up with a Xanax prescription and nuke it with chemo and call it a day. I had to rely on my own resourcefulness and educate myself on how I could calm my nervous system down and heal my body and heal my life and heal my mind. And I'm not here to tell you that you can think your way through cancer, but what I can tell you is that when you address the root cause of what's creating dis-ease and imbalance in your life, that one change that you make is going to have a domino effect on a lot of other areas of your life. And it's just about a shift in your mindset. It can create so much change for you. So what's your mindset? I kind of hate that term because I feel like people use it a lot and it gets thrown around a lot, but a lot of people don't really know what that means. Your mindset is your perspective on life. It's how you think, your thoughts. It's the thoughts that you grew up with. It's your beliefs. It's the beliefs you inherited. It's what you believe to be true for yourself, and it's what you believe to be possible for yourself. And if you spend some time looking at those thoughts that are rattling around in your subconscious, reinforcing your insecurities and driving your self-sabotaging actions, you can dismantle those thoughts and reframe them. And you can start to build healthier thoughts and beliefs and make new decisions with better outcomes. And when I was researching, I found a few life-altering online self-guided programs on how to use cognitive behavioral therapy and emotional regulation, distress tolerance, and self-awareness to transform the way you think. And that it shifted everything from a perspective that was primarily cynical and negative into something that is so much more compassionate and positive and productive. And all of the programs that I've done to heal my beliefs, my self-confidence, my career, and even my body were all super accessible, affordable, self-guided online programs that completely transformed the course of my life and opened up so many possibilities for me. And you can do that too. And I want to use this space to share the tools that I used to bring my life back into alignment and to pursue a career that gives me a lot of fulfillment and passion and creative freedom. And to share how I trained myself to bring more balance and clarity and stability into my life, even during really turbulent moments of change. And if that resonates with you, you can find me here for some support along your path. And my goal is for you to also be able to find community here. So you can share your experience and make it feel less isolated. Like we gain so much when we talk about things and share our experiences and share our challenges and ideas and dreams. And if you are trying to do something with your life that you're passionate about and you're trying to build a business, first of all, I feel you. And I'm so proud of you. And I want to know, like what's keeping you stuck? Like, consider this your invitation to ask yourself, what's holding me back? Like what actions could I take to break out of this? And if you're feeling brave, tell me in the comments, what's your dream? What do you want to do with your one precious life? What are you working on? And let people know so you can let people help you. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.